What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who feel actively victimized by your presence here?
Life's tough. Get a helmet, man. I'm too pregnant for this. Next question.
As a non-binary person, what do you have to tell me about my identity? Because I know for a fact I'm not confused.
Okay, next question. Great statement. That's a statement. That's a statement. Okay, you know your identity. You're not confused. Congratulations, sweetheart. Thank you very much for your statement.
Feminist starts dating a real man, and then something incredible happens. All of feminism leaves her body.
I must be pretty weak-willed because all it took was falling in love with a man, and now I'm like, not really. I mean, I'm a feminist, but like, kind of. I don't really need my maiden name. I don't really need it. I like your last name better anyway. Like, I'll just take that. I know he can do his own laundry. I know that he can clean the house, but I want to do it for him. I want to cook all his meals. I want to make sure he's getting all his whole grains, all his vegetables. I want to make sure he's getting all that protein. He has not asked any of this of me. It just kind of naturally kicks in. Like, these instincts just kind of come out of like, oh, now I have to take care of you when you're sick. Oops, I made you breakfast and it fits all of your dietary requirements. My bad. I think I got possessed by a housewife. Is that what happens?
I guess feminism has its limits.
Happy International Women's Day to all. To all. Without women, we would not have non-binary freaks. And just so you know, putting on clothing that was originally designed for women back in the day does not make you into a woman. Oh my gosh, traffic is so annoying right now.
Yeah, you got me begging, begging, baby, please don't go.
If a guy starts giving you less energy and less attention, it's a good thing.
Because what he's giving you is room for his replacement. You never see a man saying this on TikTok. Because if he did, he would be destroyed. So why is it okay for women to talk about men like they are disposable? And what's really crazy is the amount of women that cheer this on. It's not okay.
Could we, ladies, all come together as a unity and start referring to these men as rentals? I'm referring to the men who want to be in situationships and entanglements and do not ever want to commit. And they're not ready for a relationship. They're never going to be because they're emotionally damaged from Sarah in 4th grade. So can we just start referring to them as rentals? Like, stop claiming them. They're literally our rentals. That's exactly what I'm going to start calling them. And I think we should all come together as a unity and be on the same page with this. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
People always ask me if I would date a liberal, and the answer is no. I only date men.
Sorry, I'm not interested in being friends with bitches.
My boyfriend has the fucking audacity. The other day I was sound asleep, and this guy freaking wakes me up to offer me some Cheez-Its. Words can't even describe how much I love this man. I'm alone.
This house don't feel like home. I made cottage cheese Cajun Alfredo, and this may be the best thing I've ever made.
And it was honestly so easy to make. Definitely going to become a staple recipe in my house. To start, you're gonna get 2 chicken breasts. I pound them out just a little bit so they cook evenly, and then season it really well with Cajun seasoning on both sides. Get a cast iron pan, heat it up hot, get your water ready for your noodles. Then you're gonna sear the chicken breasts for 1 to 2 minutes on each side. Once you're done searing them, immediately put them in the oven at 400 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. Although I probably could have done closer to 12 minutes. The sauce is so easy. It's just 1 cup of low-fat milk, 1/2 cup of low-fat cottage cheese, about 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese, but really just measure with your heart, and then like 2 tablespoons-ish of Cajun seasoning. Blend it all up, get your noodles cooking, and then my husband absolutely loves this sausage. It's already cooked, so like why not throw it in? You don't have to do anything, literally just slice it. Take the chicken out of the oven and let it rest for about 5 minutes. And I know the sauce looks really watery here, but we're gonna let the noodles finish cooking in there with a little bit of pasta water, and it will start to thicken up. Add a little more seasoning and cheese, add your sausage in. At this point, my kitchen smells so good. It is taking everything in me to not just start eating it straight from the pan. It is so insanely good.
You see that, feminists? Are you taking notes, modern women? Can you 304 stop sucking the D and look at this video? That's all you have to do to be a wife or a long-term girlfriend, which includes cleaning and not being a B. We don't need you to be a boss lady CEO Beyonce type. There's no such thing as a power couple for a majority of people because they're not rich enough to be one. The lady in the video is also fit, friendly, feminine, and she's actually cooking what her husband wants. Imagine that, thinking for someone else besides your thought self. Psst, you want to know a secret? If you treat your man right, like fill his stomach up and empty his balls, he's going to stay loyal. You're not going to have the problem of being cheated on or dumped because all you offer is being a hole to fill. Also, is cooking and cleaning seriously a lot harder than an 8-hour workday, bird brains? Be right back, running to the store to get everything I need to make this tonight. Just found your page and I'm obsessed with all your recipes. Made this tonight and it was so good. I threw some kale in at the end to wilt and add a veggie. Will definitely make again. Thank you. And would you look at that? Just one video inspired women to cook because it's in their DNA. No wonder why the feminists in America ended cooking classes in high school.
You know what I think is so funny? How women in our society are so privileged that they think it's okay to feminize men because they have no idea about the evil that exists in the world and what happens when that evil comes to your shores or your doors, and how one gender is specifically made to protect all of society and has done so throughout all of history. And also platypus. Like, I think platypus are so funny. Like, what the fuck even are you?
You know why there aren't societies that were built with women leaders? Because those got conquered and didn't survive. The males in those matriarchy societies were killed off and the women were impregnated forcefully. I can't say what I want to say on YouTube, but you get the logistics of what the conquering army does to the invaded women. These feminist countries that have women in the military are in a rude awakening if they have a real war. The opposing army that will fight, let's say Sweden, is going to be the most motivated army in the world. They get to fight weak manginas and screw models after victory. The barbarians at the gate 1,000 years ago dreamed about this. The problem is, American society tells us it's improper to play a respective role in nature. It's the beginning sign of a failing country. There's more emphasis on boys being girls than actual men. In a couple of generations, countries like America will collapse unless if things turn around immediately. I think a modern woman comments, "Men don't even get out of bed to see what the noise was. Who are you kidding?" Yeah, I'm not going to risk my life for a modern woman. I'll let her be a strong and independent woman when someone breaks in, especially in many Western countries. Feminists have passed laws that punish homeowners from protecting themselves from criminals. This is common in the UK, which has become a nanny state. The police arrest citizens for misgendering someone online, yet do nothing about the crime. Feminism only exists where men have created societies that are safe and advanced enough for women to exist with minimal fear and maximum security. Exactly. Majority of women who promoted feminism throughout the years are champagne liberals who live in rich areas that have almost no crime. These Hollywood celebs have an armed security detail with them, so they can advocate for the single mom spawned criminals to be released without bail. I just wish the same bird brains who claim men ain't shit or they don't need men to move to places where there are no cops.
I also believe if you decide to have the baby, a man should not have to pay. That's fair. If you can kill this motherfucker, I can at least abandon him. It's my money, my choice.
I love when comedy reveals the truth about how our abortion laws in America don't actually make sense. That, you know, men have no rights to say whether or not a woman can choose to pay someone to end the life of her child. He has no say in the decision at all, even though that child was created with half of his DNA. Yet she decides to keep the child and raise a child and he wants an abortion, he could be put in jail for failing to pay child support. I think that's unfair and it doesn't make sense, and I think it emasculates men in our society. I know many of us in the pro-life movement believe that child support should actually begin at conception because that would be fair, right? She has, as a mother, you have a special role, and your body is gestating another human being, so men cannot do that. But the man should step up, but we should allow him to be able to step up. So
that's why I like Chappelle. He's one of the very few comedians that uses his fame to talk about men's issues and the anti-family court injustices. Half of the baby's DNA is the father's, yet he gets zero choice what the female does with it. Doesn't sound like a supposed patriarchy to me. But overall, the best thing to do is not mess with women you cannot see yourself having a kid with, or even better, want to have a kid with. Do you want that crazy chick with green hair, tattoos and a nose ring and might be a druggie to be the mother of your kid? Crazy in the bed equals crazy in the head. The system works always in the woman's favor even if it doesn't make sense. Exactly. That's why I call the West the gynocentric dictatorship, because it makes men second-class citizens by default. It caters to females' neurotic needs. It will allow these 304s to end their kids' life so they can continue living that single thought life. Women want the authority of a man but the accountability of a child. Couldn't have said it better. When shit gets real and hits the fan, then all of a sudden these boss ladies are a damsel in distress and victim. Another comment says, child support should start at proof of paternity. Birth certificates shouldn't be signed either till paternity is proven. True, and it shouldn't be mandatory. If a female can choose to end her baby's life without the father's consent, then the man can choose to pay if he wants. That will stop a lot of these feminist baby trapping men. You say my body, my choice, I say my wallet, my choice. And paternity fraud is higher than you think. 30% of the couples who did DNA tests found out that the man wasn't the kid's father. That's almost 1 out of 3 men raising Chad or Tyrone's kid. Although it's people who got tested, I tend to believe it's in that range in reality. Maybe it's safe to say 1 out of 4 men in America because these females will sleep with a different man every day of the week. And some even bragged about sleeping with multiple men on the same day. So dudes could be swapping spit and DNA without knowing it.
But I was struggling to bring my TV, fit it into my car. It was in a big box. It's a 55-inch. It could barely fit into this car. I'm sitting out here struggling to get this in my car. Men are walking back and forth. No one is trying to help me.
You see, there's a reason for that. Decades ago, you wouldn't have needed help. The men would have done it for you. The thing is, the world has changed. Women have changed. Now, see, something I tend to do a lot. I tend to imagine, what if I was a man? What would I be doing today? Would I help women? Truthfully, when I think about it, no, absolutely not. Even if my instinct as a man is leaning toward chivalry, I'm not going to help. There's a number of reasons for that. A lot of times, when men are doing nothing wrong, they end up on the internet because the wind blew something into their eye and they might have winked and someone filmed it, and then you end up on TikTok as some kind of perv because you were winking at a woman. And what if she was 17 years old and you helped her? And then you end up on the internet as some kind of creep pursuing young girls. It's just too dangerous. There are cameras out here. People are filming things with duplicitous intent. You don't know when you're going to be the next viral sensation. You don't know when you're the next guy getting your life ruined. You don't know when a woman is going to lash out at you because you might be helping her and she takes offense in that. If I was a man, I would not deal with this. Why would any man in his right mind help a modern woman? They're strong, they're aggressive, they call themselves equal, they say they can do anything that a man can do. Why do you need a man's help? Just do it. Get your girls. Women want men to be old-fashioned, but women don't want to be old-fashioned. They just want the best parts of what men can offer without giving the best parts of themselves.
It took an older man to come and see me struggling. He came out and helped me take the TV out of the box. They don't make real men anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not all men because there are good men out there, but it's such a rare thing. It took an older man to do that.
Of course it took a 70 or 80-year-old man because he's not on social media. He doesn't see what's going on out here. He's from a different generation where women were actually beautiful. And he still believes that women are beautiful. I used to believe women were beautiful, but not anymore. Because I'm here on social media. I see what's happening on the streets. I see what's happening to men when they try to be chivalrous and kind. Sometimes it's appreciated. Oftentimes it's not. So a man has to ask himself in that moment, which risk does he want to take? Will this be a good outcome or will this be a negative outcome? A man doesn't know, so he backs away. You can't blame them for that.
We got to go back to the drawing board.
Yes. We do need to go back to the drawing board, but not in regard to men. In regard to women, women need to go back to the drawing board. Do you realize you do need help with things, don't you? You do want them to do things, don't you? Why are they not doing it? Is it because maybe you're not doing something? Or it could be because you are doing something. You're doing too much. You're going against the very thing that you actually want. Women today primarily offer men frustration and even agony. So instead of coming online and giving a whole lecture on what men need to be doing, maybe you should go online and talk to women about what we should be doing. Because I don't hear any of that.
As a woman, like, you don't see men holding doors anymore. They don't help anymore.
That's right. Again, if I was a man, why would I hold a door? So a woman can curse me out, yell at me, tell me she doesn't need my help? This is what men are actually experiencing. The issue with women is they refuse to look at themselves ever. They see men changing toward us without realizing that we're causing the change that we're complaining about. And even as a woman myself, it does impact me. Men are not as chivalrous to me anymore. But the thing is, men don't know the difference. They don't know which woman is safe and which woman is not. We're not walking around with t-shirts that say, hey, I'm safe, I'm old school. Men don't know the difference, so they have to beware of all of us. They have to treat all of us as if we're raging radical feminists, because how can men tell the difference? It's not safe out there for them. So any complaints that you have, take it up with the girlies.
Good. I'm glad that 304 is struggling. Thought she was a strong and independent, no man black woman. She's the type of chick that calls men who don't make six figures dusty all the time, or corny if they're professionals like an accountant or an engineer. What happened to Tyrone or Ray Ray? Why aren't they helping out? Oh, I forgot. They just text her when they want to bang and bounce after they bust a nut. A top comment says, we get called thirsty for just saying hello. Yeah, she only needs men when it benefits her. The rest of the time, she'll shame them for trying to get to know her. This is modern women. Don't fall for them asking for help. 100%. Well said. 25 years ago, I would help anytime, but not now. Too risky. No need to risk your back over a random female. Instead of ignoring them, us men need to call them out on their hypocrisy. Ask them why they need help when they're strong and independent. Another comment. Yep, I get dumped on helping women strangers, but the older ones accept help. So it sounds like the commenter tries to help these modern females and they complain about it? I'm guessing they're hoping a mythical loyal Chad and Tyrone would help them out. Some single women, I shit you not, purposefully go to the hardware stores just to meet these masculine men by asking for help. And they're shocked to find out that all of these men are either married or in a relationship. So I knew there was a catch. These chicks want to live out the fantasy of a super rugged man saving their day and helping out. And I say, for those who didn't help, kings, you dropped your crown. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.